And hello and welcome everyone to your Monday edition of the Daily 8 on the News 8 Live Desk. Phil Penarski here. Happy to be back with everyone. Hopefully you all had a great weekend and are off to a pretty good start on this Monday. We have a lot of news to get to today, including a look at your forecast coming up in about 5 minutes. But first, we begin our show in Byron Township. Our first story concerns a recent spread of threats and rumors on social media that prompted all Byron Center public schools to close on Monday. According to the Kent County Sheriff's Office, the threats began during a football game on Friday when a school resource officer was told that a student had a knife. Now, the pocket knife was later found, and it was determined that the student did not intend to harm anyone, but that set off a slew of rumors that quickly spread all over social media. That caused the superintendent of the district to announce that they would be closing schools for the day out of precaution. Now, the school and law enforcement reiterated that if students do have any concerns about a possible threat, they are asked to report it to either an adult at the school, silent observer, or OK to say. And next, we have an update to some news that we've been following for the better part of 3 months now. The city of Kalamazoo has seen a recent string of house fires, and now a man has been charged with setting them. According to a probable cause affidavit, 32-year-old George Standard was arrested late last week for allegedly setting 8 fires in the city from June 11th to all the way to earlier this month. And Standard himself was the one who actually called authorities to respond to one of the fires, according to authorities down there. That call ultimately led to his arrest. Standard has been charged with 3 counts of first-degree arson and 5 counts of third-degree arson. He's expected back in court next week and faces up to life in prison for those charges. And we have some news about the reopening of Bristol Bridge in Walker. Our Elena Kujinoa joins us now with more on that $4 million project.
Crews are continuing their work on the Bristol Bridge project. Their goal today to lay down that first layer of asphalt on Bristol Avenue and then shift their focus to the Bristol Bridge behind us. They're going to be checking out the railroad on top of the bridge to make sure that's all ready to go. But there's many parts of this project, including creating a 2-way flow of traffic under the bridge that used to be a 1-way, adding sidewalks, and also increasing that elevation of the bridge so that way trucks don't get stuck under it. Now, we have more details over on woodtv.com, and they hope to have this phase of the project done next week.
All right, thanks, Elena. And I know a lot of people are going to be excited about that bridge and road reopening. It's been closed for the better part of this year already. It started back in this spring. And today's Monday. That means we have a new Sunday story from digital reporter Matt Jarowski to check out. Yesterday marked the 50th anniversary of President Gerald R. Ford issuing a full pardon of former President Richard Nixon. It was seen as a controversial action at the time, leading to Ford's approval rating to fall drastically overnight. But after 50 years sitting with that decision, some critics are coming around to seeing it as a good for the country. The full story from Matt can be found right now on woodtv.com. And more than half of all Michigan counties are taking part in a state program that is aiming to curb the number of children who suffer from tooth decay. This comes after a new state law was signed back in December and made it a requirement for all Michigan children enrolling into their first year of school to have at least one dental screening. The law was put in place to help children and their parents identify dental issues early on, and the new program from the Michigan Department of Health and Human Services will provide those screenings to, again, half of those counties that have signed up. The program will hopefully soon be in all 45 local health departments in the state participating, and they'll get them all to participate sometime next year. And we have something new to share with everyone over on our website, woodtv.com. The West Michigan Guide is your place to find all of the places to visit, things to eat, food and drink options all across our viewing area. We're trying to make sure everyone can find exactly what they're looking for, whether you want a restaurant idea for date night or maybe you are trying to find something to do when the in-laws are coming to town. Everything you need is right up right now in the guide, and we will be updating it every day with more ideas and more stories for you to check out. You can find it right now over on our website underneath the news tab. Hopefully you enjoy that, and it should be a good tool to have for this weekend as the weather it will be warming back up. Let's now get a look at your forecast with the help of Storm Team 8 meteorologist Matt Kirkwood.
Get ready for a beautiful week of weather heading our way, coming off a weekend that kind of felt like fall, and now a big warm up. Summer's not done by any means yet. You can see right now with the infrared satellite and radar composite, the showers will continue well off to our northeast, kind of drifting in upstate New York and Ontario. We'll stay dry with high pressure off to our south, and this will be the net result. Lots of sunshine today. Temperature at noon right around 72 degrees, 77 at 3 o'clock this afternoon or thereabouts. West wind around 10 to 20 miles an hour. So a touch on the breezy side today. Temperatures for much of the week running about 10 to 15 degrees above average once we get to about Tuesday on. No significant rain for a while. We're running a deficit now in many areas around 1.5 to 2 inches, if not even more than that. And there's no rain in sight. Just some high level clouds later in the week from what could be a tropical system moving into the mid portion of the country. But it looks like we will remain dry until about late weekend and early next week.
All right, thanks, Matt. Always appreciated. And we end today's show with something fun and furry coming to Ada this weekend. The Averill Historical Museum in Ada Township is hosting a fur trader encampment starting on Friday. This 3-day event will transport you back to the early 1800s and get you a taste of what it was like to be one of the first settlers in western Michigan. The encampment will be full of reenactors to give you that authentic feel, and it should be a fun time for people of all ages to check out. It is also completely free to attend. All right, well, that is going to do it for us today on another edition of the Daily Aid. I want to thank everybody so much for tuning in. Don't worry, we'll be back again tomorrow with 8 more stories for your Tuesday. I'm Phil Pinarski, and once again, we hope you have a great rest of your day.